Hello, everyone. My name is Reverend Dr. Renee Hart. I'm an independent minister. I'm a licensed practitioner for Center for Spiritual Living in Redlands. Our Reverend is Reverend Carrie. So today we're going to do a meditation, and we're going to focus in meditation on forgiveness and thanksgiving and releasing. So let's just take that breath and we're going to breathe. So as we take this God breath, we breathe, and we're knowing God is all that there is. We're knowing that God's Spirit is moving through us right now in this meditation. So relax comfortably in your chair. Move your head from side to side. Take that God breath and breathe. Knowing all is well, all is in divine right order, all is perfect. Now sit comfortably in your chair and breathe. And I want you to picture loving kindness all around you. Loving kindness all around you. Now I want you to circle all around you forgiveness. Breathe into that forgiveness and release out. Now I want you to focus on love. Breathe. And we're going to bring our awareness back into the sacred space. Take that God breath and breathe. Now we're going to move our head from side to side, fully conscious of where you are. And this concludes our meditation. Namaste.
I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. And my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Yeah. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome, and my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you, Gilman. We understand that Frankie isn't yet in our Zoom room, so I'm going to do our welcome for this morning. My name is Reverend Carrie Masters, and I'm very happy to be the minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Redlands, California. Our theme for the month of March is Open to Possibilities. And hello. And we are an open, I'm getting a little feedback up here. Might want to turn me down a bit. We are an open and inclusive community that honors all people from every background, all races, all sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome right here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you are here for the first time with us this morning, we welcome you, and we would love it if you would raise your hand and let us know you're with us for the first time. Anyone? All right, good. But you're all here for the first time today, right? You're right, good. All right. And if you're in our Zoom room, I'm going to invite you to unmute your microphone so that you can say hi like the rest of us will here. We're going to greet each other from a distance.
Hello, this is Reverend Dr. Renee Hart.
Hi, Renee.
Greetings, everyone. Glad everyone's here today.
Excellent. Who else is there? Oh, there's Renee. Well, I'm so happy to have all of us here in our sanctuary. Eileen and Gilman are in the Zoom room as well as, oh, I see Frankie's picture up there now, and she's trying to connect. And Reverend Renee, who led our beautiful meditation this morning. So welcome, everyone. We're so happy you're here. And I invite you to enjoy our service this morning. Gilman is going to treat us with a beautiful centering music.
When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my high God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my high God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my high God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my high God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my high God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my high God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my high God.
Do the opening prayer for us. Frankie isn't able to connect.
Okay. Is this mic on? Good morning, everybody. So I just invite us to turn within and let's just exhale out everything that's preceded this moment in time. Just let it go with our breath. And as we inhale in, let's breathe in the breath of God. And let's exhale out anything and everything that does not match that perfect breath of God. Just let it go. And as we breathe in, let's breathe in that loving kindness that Reverend Dr. Renee Hart spoke about in the meditation. Loving kindness. Let's breathe that in. And let's breathe that out. And now I invite you to surround yourself in that loving kindness like a mummy. The bandages of a mummy, thicker and thicker, bolder and wider. Knowing that only those with the intentions of loving kindness may reach you. See that in your mind's eye now. See a buffer of loving grace and this kindness that was so beautifully indicated in today's meditation. Surround yourself with that. Let's breathe that in, and we breathe it out. And now we are that to the world. And so our gift to the world is this loving kindness. And so I know that this service today is both blessed and a blessing. I know that CSL Redlands is an idea in the mind of God and therefore is maintained and sustained by everything it needs on time, every time. And so I'm grateful to the board for their service. I'm grateful to our technician, David. I'm grateful to our musical director, Gilman. I'm grateful to our spiritual leader and senior minister, Reverend Carrie Masters. I know that this day, I'm grateful to our practitioner corps as well, the ecclesiastical arm. And I know that Reverend Carrie is the mouthpiece today for God in form and in flesh. And so whatever the notes say, they are her guide, and whatever she is led to say from her heart will come out of the mouth so that it can reach all those. There's no mistake in all those who are connected. We may never be connected this way again. It may never be the same exact number of people in the sanctuary space and in the internet space. It's never the same. And so welcome to everybody here. You have found the right place at the right time. And so I know that this service continues to unfold with ease and grace, with harmony, with this unconditional loving kindness, and that whatever healing and transformation and revelation that you are here to receive, just say yes out loud. Just say yes. Yes, for Spirit knows, for God made you perfect, whole, and complete. Just say with me, I am perfect. I am whole. I am complete. Right here and right now. And I know that's the truth. And I know we have 2 or more gathered. And I know everybody watching remotely said that at home. And so I feel good about the word spoken. I let it be. And invite you to say together with me, and so it is.
Is Frankie on there yet? Okay. All right, that's okay. Brother Mark is one of our practitioners, and we're so blessed to have him here. Thank you for doing that beautiful opening prayer. If you like. I've got it all right here for you.
Oh, it's big font.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, and so today's reading is selected by Reverend Carrie from the book Life Visioning by Reverend Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith. And Reverend Michael's powerful. He's my teacher from 1996 to 2000. And so he's an amazing presence on earth, as is the entire Agape community. So the reading goes like this. Allow your outer eyes to close and just take in the words. By having a clear life purpose, you simplify your life because you recognize what you must release that obstructs that purpose. Your life structures become uncluttered in many ways. You become less speedy, running here and there, spending long amounts of time on the computer, assuring your images on Facebook and Twitter are properly maintaining your ego. You spend less time seeking entertainment and distractions to fill an inner void because you are instead devoting time to fulfilling the intentions and support of your vision. You have found a haven within yourself so that whether you are at home, alone, or in the roar of the crowd, you hear the sweetness of your inner voice announcing that all is well. Visioning offers us a limitless view from the heart into our core self. The heart is stretchable, expansive, and generous about what it sees. In it, the spaciousness to welcome all the ways in which we have yet to grow, and no matter how evolved we become, to maintain our teachability, our beginner's mind. So I encourage you to return to visioning again and again, to make that connection with your authentic self, a self whose exquisiteness has no competitor, has no limits, and has all that is needed to live a life of incomparable beauty.
I believe the children are a future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. Never found anyone to fulfill my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are a future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I'll live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, I can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place. Find your strength in love.
Thank you, Gilman. Oh my goodness. And we are talking about, well, every Sunday when we come into church, we're talking about the greatest love of all, because we're talking about that love that is eternal and it is infinite. It is the love of the divine, and it is the love that is who we are, because we're created from that infinite love. And I love that. All right, so we're open to possibilities this morning, and possibilities might mean music coming into my talk, which is fine. So, and we have been talking about this month. We have been talking about visioning, and we've talked about being open to the divine idea that God has for our life. We've been talking about releasing everything that's unnecessary, everything that is no longer serving us. We have been talking about embracing all of the things that need to be embraced so that we can live our vision. And today we're talking about the transformation that takes place when we do that visioning. And the transformation that takes place is all about change. You must have known that. And sometimes as human beings, we don't like change. We want things to stay the same. We like our comfort zone, and we don't want to have to step out of it. But you know, sometimes in order for us to rise higher, and to live the vision that God is pulling us toward, we need to transform so that we can have a clear vision for our life. When I was thinking about going to ministerial training, this was a long time ago, I was just thinking about it. I was taking classes at church, and I thought, well, you know, maybe I could become a practitioner. And then I started my Prac 1 classes, and there's 2 years of practitioner training within the church. And so I did that, and I really loved the teaching and the idea that I could get to teach people the same philosophy that was changing my life through the classes. And in Practitioner 2, I began to think about maybe being a minister. So I got a hold of a catalog from the School of Ministry, and I'd look through it and go, ooh, that looks interesting. Ooh, that class looks interesting. And yet, I was so afraid of stepping out into that whole process because I knew my life would change dramatically. And I had the support of my family. They all wanted me to do this. But they weren't pushy. They weren't pushy. So I did some visioning about it. Now, I did learn about visioning while I was in ministerial training. And wouldn't you know, it was Dr. Michael Beckwith that taught that class. And almost the first night, he had us visioning, and he said, just look for the symbols, or look for the colors, or look for the words. And so I was doing all of that. And this ear, just the ear, floated just like this. And I thought, what is that about? But the instruction was not to try to figure it out. Don't analyze it, just let it be. Okay. So I kept listening because I knew, for me, that's what that ear was a symbol of. I needed to listen. I listened, I continued on through ministerial training, and I continued to vision. I really thought that I had my own idea of what my ministry would look like, and it wasn't in a church. So I had this whole idea, and I thought, wow, this would be pretty cool. I think I could do this. But then the vision was different. And when the vision became reality, I was in a church. I was an assistant minister in a church. I had no idea that that's where I would be, but I fell in love with it because I knew it was where I was supposed to be because of the vision that I caught doing the visioning process. So it was really great. And the thing is that I did change. I did transform. You see, our visioning practice is a spiritual practice. And it allows us to go beyond our limited beliefs and our habitual thinking. It allows us to really stretch out into what we are to actually express. And when we stretch ourselves out there, it becomes an adventure. And it's always clear. It's always, at least my experience, it's always clear. Now, there are mysterious moments when you are stretching yourself out there and you think, wow, what's going to happen next? And I learned that living in that mystery is part of the fun of living this life. I know sometimes, maybe you've had the same experience, where I've wanted to know what I was supposed to do. I wanted a book to fall down from the sky, open to the page that said, Carrie is to do this. Have you ever been there? Yeah, I wanted that several times in my life, but now what I know is that the mystery, maybe I don't know what to do. The mystery is where I can go and vision for the highest idea of what I am to do. It becomes really cool. Michael Beckwith says this in his book, Life Visioning. The purpose of visioning is not simply to narrow the confines of personal fulfillment. It is an expansion of consciousness into the realization of your true self. You know, we can't solve a problem at the level of the problem or with the consciousness that caused the problem. In order to solve a problem, we need to rise to a higher level in consciousness in order to see the solution. And sometimes that takes going into the silence. As a bookkeeper, I used to remember my trainers would say, you know, when you're a penny off, get up and go take a break. When you come back, you'll find it. And it happened most of the time. You have to take a break from all the external, all of the doing, all of the being, and just be. Just be silent and allow that high idea to come in. And we participate in this wonderful practice of visioning so that we can expand our wisdom, the consciousness of our wisdom, and we align our consciousness with that divine purpose that is ours to move forward into. So we're always asking for the highest idea. The highest idea. What is the highest idea for my life? We're going to practice this today. Now, also, there was an interview done back in 1996 of Dr. Michael Beckwith. The visioning just kind of exploded on our religious science scene back in those days. And so they interviewed him and put a wonderful article in the Science of Mind magazine. And in that article, he says, all spiritual growth, 100% of it, is about releasing or eliminating rather than attaining something, because we're already it spiritually. We're already there. We have the capability. We have all that we need. The vision is here, waiting for us to recognize it. And when we recognize that vision, when we get silent and tap into it, then we see it and we know what we need to release. Now, I did a whole talk almost on releasing it, and it's letting go of what no longer serves us. And maybe what no longer serves us is the idea that we're not enough. Maybe what no longer serves us is the whole belief system that we have that we can't do it. And we come up with one excuse after the other. We need to let that go, make a conscious effort in mind to let it go. And that's where our spiritual mind treatment comes in, our affirmative prayer at the end of a visioning process, so that we can put that into treatment, into our prayer, to release what no longer serves us so that we can embrace all that we need to embrace in order to live our vision. Does that make sense? Yes. We got to let go in order to embrace. I heard somebody talk about trying to receive money with their fist closed. And so if someone wanted to give you a $20 bill and you had your fist closed, it would just lay there and then eventually fall off. But you see, we have to be open to the gift of the vision that is already ours. So when we release and embrace, we are allowing ourselves to really come into the fullness of that vision, into the fullness of who we are. And then we need to make the commitment to step into our willingness to live that vision. We're living in a place of self-transformation. And this process of self-transformation doesn't stop, folks. It keeps going and going and going. It's sort of like creativity. Creativity in the universe happens and happens and happens, and change takes place. And you'll notice that when buildings are being built and houses are being built and things are moving and changing, and it's all a part of the creative process in life. We are human beings, and we need to create because that's what we're here to do, yes? Absolutely. There's a wonderful analogy that I've heard used before, and I want to bring it to you because it really helped me to understand more deeply how the universe flows to us, through us. Imagine a garden hose. It's connected to the water spigot, and the spigot is source. The spigot is divine. And the water is turned on, and it's flowing. So how much water comes out of the end of the garden hose depends on whether or not the hose is obstructed. If there is no obstruction, the water flows freely out the other end. Isn't that right? But if there's a kink in the hose, or if we have our foot on it, water doesn't flow out quite as freely. The whole thing is the other end of the hose might just be our life. It might be that we are putting our own foot on the flow of the divine that wants to flow through us, as us, is us. Ooh, yeah. So, of course, God is that water that's flowing, and to the degree that we experience that flow is the degree that we will be able channels for that water to do the most good in the world. And so when we allow the flow of the divine to come into our experience through the process of visioning, if we allow that and get rid of all of the obstructions and allow ourselves to fully move into that, we begin to flow with the divine expressing through us. And oh my gosh, how much fun that is. It's so much better to live life that way than to live it in a kinked up situation where maybe we don't want to go anywhere because I don't know why. Why wouldn't you want to at this point? But you see, if we kink ourselves up and feel like we're not enough or restricted somehow, then the flow doesn't happen. Transformation. So today, we're going to practice visioning. And what I'm going to do is lead us in a guided meditation, which is what visioning is. It's very simple. There's no right or wrong way to vision. All you need to do is open up to it. And the thing about visioning is, if you receive a symbol, a color, some words, maybe music. I know of a woman who always heard tinkling bells in her visioning every time. But we might not have any of those sensory kinds of symbols happen. Maybe it will just be dark. It's okay. Because what's happening is, you see, when you want to get water out of a pump, you've got to prime the pump. You've got to keep doing it. You've got to keep visioning in order for that flow to begin to happen. And so what's happening is we are opening the door to a higher idea that is ready to come through. It's already there. We don't have to question it. We just need to allow it. Isn't that nice? So easy. Okay, so we're going to do some visioning this morning. So I'm going to invite you to get comfortable in your chair. And we're going to just turn within, closing your outer eyes. And let's just take in a nice big deep breath. And just breathe out. Take one more deep breath. Let it go. And so, in this place, in this silent place, we allow ourselves to come into that centeredness, where there is unconditional love, where there is unconditional peace, and absolute perfection. Just allow yourself to be surrounded in that beautiful unconditional love that is truly all there is. It is the life force. It is the energy. It is who we are. And that in that unconditional love, there is a time and place where you may have felt it ever so deeply. Just bring that experience to mind and allow yourself to fill up again with that beautiful unconditional love that was shown to you. And so in this space, we open our minds and our hearts and our willingness and our beingness to receive the answers to these questions. What is the highest idea for my life? Notice anything. What does this highest idea look like? What does it sound like? What does it feel like? Highest idea. What must I release in order to live in this highest idea? What must I release? What must I embrace? Is there anything else I need to know about this highest idea? So we just take a moment to commit to whatever has come into our awareness. We promise ourselves to say yes to the vision. And take a moment to give thanks for this time with Spirit, for this highest idea. And so I take a moment here to speak my word, to know that anything that must be released in order to live this vision is already released. It is already moving itself out. Letting go. And I speak my word to know for each of us that everything we need to embrace is clear in front of us, and we wrap our arms, our heart, our love around it and embrace it so that we can live in that highest idea. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for all that has taken place in these moments together this morning. And I release this into the highest creative force of the universe, knowing it is already complete. And we step forward into it and into our greater transformation. And we can join together by saying, and so it is. Ooh. There is an affirmation for us today, and I'm going to say part of it, and then you can say part of it. I relax and behold God's grace, unfolding as my life. Let's say it again. I relax and behold God's grace, unfolding as my life. Namaste, and so it is. And here's Gilman.
Amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make, the reason you live is there in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, you will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't need to know that now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing amazing things.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it's the moment. Everyone strike a pose. Okay. Wow, that song. Gilman did such a great job on that song. I have loved that song for years, and it was written by a New Thought.
Good morning. Am I on?
Oh, hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
There we are.
hello. Hold on just a second, Frankie.
All right.
All right. So that song was written by a New Thought singer, songwriter, who became a music director for the CSL in Dallas, which is not a small church at all. And then he went to ministerial training and moved up into ministry and is now the minister at CSL Houston. So, no, it's Unity in Houston, not a CSL. Michael Gott. Michael Gott. Wonderful. Thank you, Gilman, so much for singing that song for me. It's one of my favorites. So let's give him another nice round of applause. And now here's Frankie with the announcements.
Good morning. Good morning. First, I want to remind you to get your midweek boost every Wednesday evening from 7 to 8 p.m. with Reverend Renee Hart. She facilitates a beautiful meditation followed by an inspirational message. It's on our Facebook Live, 7 to 8. I'm so excited. Our sanctuary is now open on Sunday mornings so that you can enjoy Sunday service in person. We have all the COVID safety precautions in place so you can feel safe. And of course, you continue to watch our service using Zoom, Facebook Live, and YouTube if you choose. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel when you watch one of our services. Our service is good online, but it's even better in person. And after service today, stay right where you are. And everyone in the sanctuary, come gather around the camera and say hello and visit with each other. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
All right. Thank you, Frankie. Nice to have you with us this morning. All right. We're going to move into our time for our offering. This is the time for our regular structured conscious giving. We have an offering bowl here in the sanctuary up here on the piano. And this activity of giving allows the law of circulation to kick in so that as you give, you receive. I know this for a fact. I have witnessed it in my own life, and so I invite you to do the same. You can also give online on Facebook and on our website by clicking the donate button. You can give through Venmo, Zelle, PayPal, and you can write a check, my goodness. And put a stamp on the envelope and mail it to our center, or bring it and put it in our secure mailbox right outside that door. So let's take our gift and put it over our heart, and let's repeat our offering affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, with a little more enthusiasm, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
As I give, so do I receive, joyfully and gratefully. As I give, so do I receive, fully and freely. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive, offering my first and best. As I give, so do I receive, knowing how I've been blessed. God is a river where abundance flows. Stepping into it, I accept and know. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive. As I give, so do I receive.
Thank you, Gilman, and thank you to all of us. That's funny. There's a camera clicking noise. For those of you on YouTube, you might not, on Zoom, you might not be able to hear it, but we can hear it in the sanctuary. So, in any case, thank you all for all of the gifts that you bring, including the gift of yourself. So now it's time for our closing healing prayer. I'm going to invite you to turn within and just... Yes, we are having fun today. Our closing healing prayer allows us to really turn within and come together in consciousness so that we can bless our world. And so from this place of knowing, from this place of consciousness, from this place of unconditional love, I know that there is only one life, and that life is God's life, and that life is our life right here, right now. And I know that this life is the power and the presence and the perfection of all that is throughout the universe. I know that the presence of God is right where we are, and it is right where all of our loved ones are. It is the presence that animates life itself and has created all that life is. This presence and power has created us from its image and likeness and has created all things that we can see and touch and smell, and even the things that we can't see or touch or smell. It has created all life. And so from this place of knowing that we are one with that presence and power, I know for each of us that we are blessed and we are the blessing. I know that all that we do and all that we say and all that we are is the presence of God expressing through and as us in a magnificent way. And I speak my word this morning for our Center for Spiritual Living in Redlands, knowing that it is the light in this community. It is a blessing in this community, and it is a beacon that allows people to come into our building or even pass by our building and feel that beautiful, radiant energy of love that encompasses all life. And I know that this church continues to grow and prosper and thrive, just as each of us grow and prosper and thrive. And so I speak my word for each of us within the sound of my voice, knowing that we are abundant, that money flows to us in abundant amounts, and we are guided and directed, handling it perfectly so that it grows and does perfect work out into the world. And I know for each person that we know, and even the people that we don't know who require more money, we know that that money is flowing to them in abundant amounts, and every need that they have is already taken care of. It is already done. And so all of those who need shelter are finding shelter. And every person is guided and directed to that perfect place for them to be sheltered, to be abundant, to be whole and perfect and complete in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. I know that this presence and this power is blessing our world at this time. And I know that every sense of hate is released back out into the nothingness from whence it came. And only that which is pure love comes forth to shine its light on the darkness of discrimination and hate. And the light dissipates the darkness, and peace prevails. I know for everyone in our community and all those across our country, all those around our world, that there is a beautiful sense of peace and balance and love and perfection. I know this. And I know that the presence of the divine is that which I am praying with and for. And so it can only say yes. The universal creative force that we call the law is already saying yes. It's already doing the work. All we need to do is relax and surrender to that knowing and allow all good to come forth on every level for every person, for everyone. And so I just allow all of this to be with a grateful heart, knowing that it is all done. I let it be, and we can say together, and so it is. Amen. Ashe.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go, let it all go. use what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Hey, had some technical difficulties this morning. I had to completely uninstall and reinstall Zoom.